Hey everybody, welcome back. I said I was gonna play Mad Scientist today and layer these two, and I did, and I wore it for the last 6 or 7 hours at least. First off, I want to get out. I'm no layering expert. I generally don't layer cologne on a cologne. I mean, I have certain ones, but it's not my thing. There's guys out there that's what they do. They'll just play with the amount of sprays and formulation that they're using and get it just right and everything. I didn't do that. I don't have time to do that. I don't know how to do that. I just sprayed and prayed, So, so if there's somebody out there who's done this and it's worked great for them, fine. They got better results than I did, and I'll get into my results here. That's great. I'm also aware that this is it's only about 4 or 5 years old, so it's a really newer bottle of Drakkar. I'm aware that the older ones, maybe the situation would be different because they were super strong back in the day. Before I started wearing colognes, and like I said, 1982, I was like 4 years old. I wasn't wearing Drakkar. Yeah, but I remember being a preteen, and the guys would wear this, and they'd put 2 or 3 sprays on, and it would basically fill a room. So I imagine it was a lot stronger because it's not that strong anymore. But I tried my best, and this is just for fun anyway. It's not a scientific test or anything. It was just for fun. I thought it would work good. All right, so here's how I applied it. Moisturizer, 1 spray of Sauvage. Put it on everywhere. Took Sauvage and I sprayed it on the back of my neck. You don't tip something this strong, this powerful, this long lasting. You don't want to spray anywhere around here because it's just going to cause you to go nose blind to it really quick. And you're going to think it's not there, and then you're going to reapply, and you're just going to stink people out. So anything that's strong, try to just keep in the back of your neck. You can put one on your chest if you're wearing a shirt, which is what I did with this. So yeah, but that's it. So yeah, my moisturizer, 1 spray, back of my neck, on my chest here, and that was it for Sauvage. More than enough on any given day. Drakkar, I went super heavy because I knew it's not as strong as it used to be. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. A lot. And at first, for the first couple minutes, say about 5 minutes, all I could really smell was the Drakkar. I thought, geez, did I put on too much Drakkar? Was that too much? No, after about 5 minutes, the Sauvage started coming out. Oh, I also sprayed the shirt a couple times, 3 times. The Sauvage, that'll come into play in a minute. The Sauvage started coming out, and for about 10 minutes, it was a nice mixture. You were getting the richness and the somewhat sweet and the lavender of the Sauvage mixed with the sharpness and the barbershop kind of feel of the Drakkar. About 5 or 10 minutes. So we're now about 15 minutes in, and that's where this experiment just hit the fan. What I thought was going to happen happened. Again, not that I'm some kind of expert. I just really, if you think about it, it's kind of obvious. The Sauvage took over completely. After about 15 minutes, you could not smell the Drakkar at all. At all. The only place you were getting whiffs of Drakkar is right here in the crinks of the elbow, but that's because I didn't put any spray of Sauvage there. It was just a little bit of the leftover. So, yeah. So I wasn't going anywhere, so I wasn't worried about stinking people out. So I said, you know what? Let's do it again. So without using the Sauvage, of course. Spray, 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 spray. Lift the shirt up. Spray, spray, spray. Put the shirt down. Spray. And again, for another... This is kind of did the same thing for a few minutes. It was mostly Drakkar. Then the Sauvage kind of mixed in. And again, it was a nice combination. It really was. But then again, about 15 minutes later... Sauvage took over. So you think, sucker for punishment. Okay, I'm not going anywhere. Let's do it again. Spray, 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 spray. Up, spray, spray, spray. Down, spray, spray. And you think the Sauvage would start giving in to that amount of the Drakkar, but 15, 20 minutes later, it was Sauvage. Sauvage just destroyed it. And I don't know how I could wear this Sauvage. And what I was talking about the shirt, why it would come into play, you've seen all the sprays I put on my shirt. I'm still smelling it. It's still just, like, I mean, I'm good smelling it too. Like, it's just Sauvage Elixir. It just totally engulfs the Drakkar in its essence. And so for about 5 minutes, 10 minutes max, it's a nice mixture. At least in my nose, it's a nice mixture of the two. Like I said, you're getting a bit of that fresh barbershop sharp lavender mixed with that sweet lavender and spices and just darkness of the elixir. And it's a really nice combination, but then it's gone. Like, Drakkar is nowhere to be found. Now again, like I said, maybe I've had an older bottle, and I'll never have another older bottle where it's a lot more powerful. Maybe, might. I still think the Drakkar or the elixir is going to win out. Now, what I could try on my next day off, which isn't for another week, and I might if you guys want, is layering this with the Lattafa Assad. Because Lattafa Assad is not near as strong as the elixir. That being said, when I say, and most people say Lattafa, the Assad is not as strong as the elixir, you got to take in consideration, this is in a league of its own. As far as I know, there's nothing I've ever owned or have smelled, and have owned or smelled a lot of things, and nothing seems to, projection wise, there's a lot of stuff that work a little better, but just a steady projection, you know what I mean? Like projecting as long as it does, where it does, and just the scent bubble that it has on it, there's nothing that I know of, and longevity that I know of that lasts like this. It is nuclear. It is in a league of its own. So when I say Assad isn't as strong, take that with a grain of salt, because Assad is as strong as most what we would call beast performing colognes. You know, it can hold its own against 1 million. It can hold its own against Versace Arrows. It can hold its own against Invictus Aqua. It can hold its own against any of them, really. I mean, it's an 8, 9, 10 hour scent with a couple hours of solid projection on it. So it's not like it's weak. But it's not as potent as Elixir, as I've said. So maybe I'll try that next time I'm off for fun. Because it was fun. I enjoyed it. I thought I'd stink like all the high heavens, but no, I smelled like I put on Elixir. So, yeah, so maybe I'll try it with the Assad next week, and if he's want, let me know. I'll see if he's want it, and if he's do, I'll try it. But it's just not a good layer It's just the Sauvage is just too strong. Just too, it engulfs, I guess is the word, swallows whole. You know what I mean? It's like the monster from the Sarlacc, I think it's called, from Return of the Jedi, and the Boba Fett got knocked into, and you know, in Star Wars. It's kind of like that. It just kind of and away went the Drakkar, and you were left with Sauvage. So not unexpected, to tell you the truth, though. I really expected that. I expected it would last a little longer. I figured I'd get about 30 minutes to an hour out of it, but 10, 15 minutes, and just couldn't hold up to the old elixir. But yeah, so give it a try if you have them both, guys. You might find it different. Maybe your skin will work different with them. Like I said, I'm not an expert on layering though. So there's guys out there that take notes and have sheets and graphs and how much of this they wear with that and where they spray it and when they spray it, and that's not my style. I usually just use oils and cologne if I'm going to mix. So yeah. So anyway, guys, it was fun. It really was. I hope you enjoyed me talking about it. I hope you had a good time with it. Let me know if you'd like to see it with the Assad, see if it's any different. I don't imagine it's going to be much different though. Like I said, the Assad is still a strong scent. You might get that hour I was hoping to get out of it, but that's going to be it. Then I imagine the Assad will just take right over. So, all right, guys. I'm not a layerer guy, so don't throw a bunch of layers. Oh, you should layer this with that and that with this. It's probably not going to happen. I just don't enjoy layering as much as some people do. I think perfume itself is a work of art, and most of them are fine just the way they are. So, like I said, when I do layer, it's usually an oil that either complements a note or an accord that's already in the scent for the most part. So, just boost that accord up or that note. So, yeah. All right, guys. Peace, love, be good to each other.